Oh, it's gonna be a hard one to talk about. Bro, I've literally set this whole thing up and it's looking decent, so we're just gonna work with it. And the reason why I say this is gonna be a hard one to talk about because it's gonna be personal. What's going on now, Isaiah? I'm super excited because I'm now making another inspirational video, and what we're gonna talk about is relationships or love. Now, if this video did find you, it means you are meant to hear this. The first thing we're going to be talking about is boys versus men. Now, for those of you girls out there, there is a huge, and I mean a huge difference when it comes to boys and men. Now, for you guys out there, you're probably like, really, Isaiah? Really? You're gonna talk crap about us? Listen, some of you guys need to listen to this too, so just get to know it. And everything you're about to hear, I think is true. Now, the thing about boys just mess with you. Boys like to have fun. You know, whenever you're in like a deep conversation, they're probably not gonna listen. They're probably not gonna hear you out. They're probably not gonna take it seriously because that's not the type of guy you want. That's not a man. A man will listen to you. A man will, do anything. But I'll get to that in a minute. But boys will literally play with your feelings. They're not like you think they are. When it comes to arguments, they're always trying to finding a way to like get back at you or keep bitching at you, which is something you do not want. And when it comes to boys, of course, I mean, all men in general, they can be immature, they can have a really childish sense of humor, but that's just how they are. You just have to think of it that way and you have to look at it that way. But boys will try to cheat, manipulate, and lie to you. I know, it's hard to hear, but it's literally the truth. Now, men, this is what a man does. A man respects you, takes care of you, and he makes sure that your priorities are more important than his. He will take care of yours before his. A man wouldn't bitch at you or get back to you in a deep or argument. When you're having a conversation, when you have a deep conversation or an argument, a man would try his best to fix things and to communicate through things. A man will show that he is dedicated into dating you, into talking to you, because men's actions speak louder than words, and I think that's like the best part about men, is their actions. And that's pretty much what love is, but I'll get to that later. Moving on to having a crush. Now, having a crush is a big thing. It is a really big thing, because you like somebody, you find a good interest in them, you feel like you have a connection with them. But when you're in the talking stage, that is your opportunity to try to make plans with them, try to know everything about them. Now you're probably thinking, Isaiah, I already know this. Like, why are you saying this? Because there are some of you out there who just like to get into relationships just for the fun of it, or just because of someone's looks. Like, you don't actually like that person, you just feel like you're alone, or maybe you want attention. But guys, if you are ever doing that, don't. Because you're only going to hurt yourself even more. Trust. But like I was saying, a talking stage is the opportunity of getting into that relationship. Now, if you don't want to lead someone on, that's totally okay. That's why you have to communicate with them. Just communicate as much as you can with them. Because communication is really important, especially when it comes to relationships or anything, really. Now, when it comes to a point where I feel like I have a connection, this might be my person. If it is, go for it. I mean, just because you see a random opportunity doesn't mean you shouldn't take it. Sometimes you probably shouldn't really take it, but sometimes go ahead. And a thing girls will look at from you is dedication, communication, and love. Really, that's pretty much all you have to do. Now, you're probably thinking, well, I want to find a man. I want a man to come, give me attention, give me affection, show me love. Girl, if you've gone through a lot of relationships and it didn't work out, that's because you were fucking with boys. All those relationships you were with were boys. You didn't find your man yet. You didn't find your godly man yet. You still didn't find the one yet. Now, if you're waiting for something, which waiting for something is a beautiful thing, you know? Sometimes you can find someone new, sometimes you can wait for that one person to come back. Like the Notebook movie, like that's a really beautiful movie. But I do believe that people come into our lives for a reason and that they should stay in our lives. A quote from Bela Levine is, if you truly love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's meant to be. Literally how the Notebook movie is. And the thing about guys, us guys, we overthink a lot. We really do. And if you show us attitude, or if you say things that will make us start to overthink, and you know that wasn't right to say, you're probably thinking like, guys don't care. They may not care when whatever you say to them or whatever you do to them. But deep down inside, they genuinely do care. It just doesn't show. The thing with guys is that guys doesn't show their feelings or anything. They may say what's on their mind, but they may not show it. But like I said, if you're in a talking stage and you really feel like you have a really special connection with this person, just take the opportunity. Life is too short. It's too short, you know? I mean, think about it. Why do you want this person to be in your life? Think about why you want to date this person. You know? If you are in a relationship, don't give up. Just that's my advice. Just don't give up. 'Cause I'm telling you, like, life is really short. Life is really short, and who knows, that could be your person. That really could. But the reason why I say don't give up is because you have to just hold on. You gotta hold on to them. Don't matter how much you guys been through, don't matter what specifically happened, just don't let go of them. Because believe me, I'm not gonna say I've been through it all, but I've been through a good amount. I've been through a lot of pain when it comes to relationships, and I had to end it with all of them because they weren't really my person, or there just wasn't a connection. But I do believe that there is somebody for everyone. Just patience and faith. Just trust the process, really. That's all it is. It's a huge process. It's gonna take months, years. It's gonna take a while, but I promise you, all that is gonna pay off in the end. I promise you. It's all about God's timing. You really gotta trust His timing, man. You really do. Yes, the process is gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But during that process, that's your chance to grow. That's your chance to learn things from the world. That's your chance to, like, grow mentally and physically. Just because you haven't found your person doesn't mean that you're never gonna find your person. No. They're gonna come. You just have to be patient. That's all that matters. Just be patient. Now, this is very personal to me, but I'm not gonna say the name. I was in a situation where things started to cross my mind. I was struggling. I was struggling mentally, and I was struggling at home. And there came a time where something was crossing my mind to where, should I break up with her? Or should I not? It just kept crossing my mind. Now, I didn't want to break up with her. Keep in mind, I did not want to break up with her at all. But all of a sudden, and let me just tell you, that was the saddest day ever. Like, it was so sad in that moment because we truly actually loved each other, and that was the actual relationship that, like, hit different than any others. Like, I felt like that was actually my person. And the fact that I let her go was just, it was terrible. We did end off on great terms, so now I'm not gonna say that she won't come back, or she will, but I will say that she holds a special place in my heart. Now, for those of you who are asking, well, Isaiah, if she came back, would you be with her again? I genuinely don't know. It really depends on how much we've grown and how mature we really are. So I don't know. I do think it's possible, but who knows? Life is nothing but the unexpected. And speaking of the unexpected, that's a thing. You're never gonna know who you're gonna end up with. Now, when the day comes, you'll know. You'll for sure know when the day comes. But you're not gonna expect them to look like that or to act like that. Because it's gonna be so unexpected to where you're gonna be like, huh? But if you're a person that's like, oh well, I don't wanna be in a relationship, like I feel like dating is just a distraction. But there's gonna come a time where you're gonna wanna go on dates. Whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen. Because I do believe that there is somebody for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, it really doesn't. There's always somebody for you. If you ever get into a relationship, please, and I mean please, do not, do not let go of her. Don't. You're in that relationship for a reason. So why end it? When you can be having a future with her, where you both can be learning things and you both can grow. Don't let go. Don't. Especially if you feel like you're losing it, don't. That could be your person, you never know. Now, if you guys get into an argument and that one person just like, oh, I don't deserve you, like you deserve so much better. I'm gonna hit you. Listen, it's not about deserving each other. It's about needing each other. Needing each other to grow, to learn from each other, and especially to love each other. It has nothing to do with deserving. The freak? It doesn't. It's about needing that person. And they're in your life for a reason, so why push them away? You know? Like, why let them go? And please don't push them away. Because I know how that is. I push others away and others push me away. And it hurts. Either way, it hurts. But, you know, we all learn from our mistakes, and that's the thing you have to do in a relationship. If you feel like, oh my god, I keep screwing things up, like this is never gonna work out. The more you screw up, the more you can look back and learn from those mistakes. Just because you screw something up doesn't mean like you should end things off with them. No. If you made a mistake, you can always go back and fix it. Well, not really. If you made a mistake, you can always fix it. Communicate. It's not like you're gonna die, like, oh my gosh, like you're gonna lose them. No. All you have to do is just learn from your mistakes. And that's a thing everyone else doesn't really get nowadays. Like, everyone just looks at it and passes on. In life, you have to learn from your mistakes. It's super important. That's the only way you're gonna grow. By yourself, with friends, and in a relationship. So, I hope you use this advice, and I hope it'll help you in the future. So, just remember, if you ever come across somebody and you have like a strong connection with them, take the risk of asking them out. You never know what could happen. That could probably be that one relationship that makes you really happy. You just gotta have faith in it. That's the thing.